Hello, everybody. Welcome to the YINZER Brothers podcast. I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim, and we are the YINZER Bros. As you can see, Tim is donning the Franco's Italian Army victory helmet from the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers had another stunning victory. They're 5-2. They beat the Jets 37-15. It was a big win, Tim.
Jets stink, TJ. They stink.
Well, I tell you what, I think we see that now, but you were nervous coming into this game.
I said they were going to lose. I still thought they were going to lose, and they still probably should have lost. It was for some. I mean, Beanie stepped off the list. He's not on the list anymore.
You are like the consummate Yinzer. You're like, they should have lost. They drummed the Jets 37-15. They drummed them.
You were on the same text string I was in that first half, first quarter and a half.
Russ has got to knock some rust off.
I think you said it and I both said it. I was like, I think it's time for the Jay Field show to come out here pretty soon.
You got to let Russ cook a little bit. You got to let him cook. They let him cook. I'll tell you what. You know who I think is a fraud? Aaron Rodgers is a fraud. I'm sorry. How many people is he going to blame for his issues? And then he brings Devontae Adams in. Did you hear what Devontae Adams was saying? He doesn't like the energy that's happening to the Jets. He doesn't like the energy. You know what? I'm sorry. You were like non-existent, Mr. Energy Meister.
I mean, I don't. Okay.
Well, let's be real. Where did you rank the Jets in the AFC? Did you think they were like maybe the seventh best team?
They were in that realm, 6th, 7th. I thought.
So I mean, hey, just by props.
I still think they're going to be better as later. They had TJ 2/3 of their secondary was hurt.
Tim, how come there's always excuses for other teams, but never excuses for the Steelers?
Because TJ, every team we played has been decimated by injury.
Some with us. Our offensive line was awful. We came in. We've had defensive issues. We had a guy playing. His name was Moon. He was playing outside for us.
Between defensive issues and being crippled by injury, we haven't been. I mean, the line's been pretty.
Hey, we lost our number 1 draft pick for the year. We lost our number 3 draft pick.
He's got bad knees to begin with. You can't trade. You got bad juju with him.
So tell me what stood out. Give me a couple things that stood out with you over during the Jets game.
What stood out?
What did we learn about the Jets? And what did we learn about the Steelers?
What did we learn about the Jets? I think the Jets are going to be dangerous later on in the year. What did I learn about the Jets? If they had any semblance of a coach, I think they'd be okay. They have no coach. They seem like they're just I don't know. Do
you know who the coach of the Jets is, Tim?
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is the coach.
I'm sorry. We'll get into this later. I think there's a question in the mailbox. But if I had my brothers of Justin Fields, Danger Russ, or Aaron Rodgers, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers 10 out of 10 times.
See, but there's one thing. You got arm talent. I get all that, but dude, he's like a poison to the team.
TJ, that dude can spin it, but I don't think he'd be a poison. TJ, if he was in the Pittsburgh Steelers, there's one common denominator where I don't think he'll be a poison, and that's Coach T. Coach T will not let him. I'm just seriously, it will. He would.
Did you see the tip of the cap?
You had that bald-headed buffoon coaching him that he could walk all over. Coach T's gonna be like, nah, Aaron, let's get It would have been a different stratosphere with Coach T there.
Did you see the cut of the tip of the cap from Coach T and then Aaron kind of acknowledging him? And that was Coach T's way of saying, dude, you could have been the guy here.
Trust me. Like if you tell me if I had to choose and you bring 12 over here, I'm going, hey, guess what we're doing, TJ? I may be looking at reservations down at the Super Bowl.
So what did you learn about the Steelers during the game, Tim?
Dude, I don't know what happened. I don't know what Beanie Bishop was been eating. If he was eating Beanie Bishop pills, I don't know what he was eating. I mean, the first pick was an incredible play. I'll say that. What else did I learn about the defense? Alex Highsmith is remember we were all saying, oh, things be a bit. Yeah, there's a big drop off when Alex Highsmith.
There is.
Even I like Herbig, but Alex Highsmith is Alex Highsmith.
I think Herbig is just a quick change of pace. I think they pound you with Highsmith, and then you throw Herbig every once in a while in. He's kind of like your scat back for an outside guy, which you don't really see that.
And what else I learned is, that center, the guy they were he played well.
He did.
And I'm still I get the offense. You could tell it was. Let me put it this way. I don't think Russ played great. I don't think he was all that in a bucket of chips. Some of his throws were okay. Some of them, I mean, Pickens made some crazy catches, but the way the offense was ran, it was different. It was efficient. It looked like it still drives me nuts. Is you could tell Russ had the ability to change and do what he needed to do at the line of scrimmage. Like, why didn't Justin have that? Because you could tell it wasn't like Russ got up there and he could see stuff and change stuff how he wanted to be. It wanted to be changed, and I just didn't see that with Fields. And I get it. Russ has been in the league for 12 years. 13
he just
years.
doesn't have the problem.
Get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, he stretched the offense was stretched. It was stretched downfield. It just, yeah, I get it. I just don't. I mean, I don't think that he had any passes that made me go, wow. I think the two passes that the one to Muth was pretty in a basket, beautiful, nice catch. But the two to Pickens, I mean, Pickens made ridiculous catches.
Well, but he's got touch, and he does throw a nice ball coming down. So if that ball's coming down, a 50-50 ball, I don't think there are any 50-50 balls for Pickens. I think it's a 60-40 or 70-30. I think he comes down with most of those. I
agree with you, but like there is times you could see, like I think there was one play he got sacked and had like a 1 yard gain like early, and the middle of the field just opened up and he wanted to try to run. Like if that's Fields, that's like a 60-yard gain. He's gone. So I get it to some points. It just I thought he played okay. I mean he played well. He played well. NAJE was running like a monster.
He's seeing the field very well, and he's running angry, which is what you want to see from NAJE.
So I mean like I said, TJ, if this team can put up 31 points, they're going to win the majority of their games.
Yeah, I agree.
They're going to win 95% of their games
with our defense. And I'll tell you what, I like what they've been doing with Washington. He's actually turning into something. It's a couple plays a game, but man, that thing, it's almost unstoppable what they do with him.
I agree. I mean, the one thing is me, just like I can't trust that secondary. I don't want to see James Pierre out there. I just don't. Yeah. So Trice better get back, and I know you're going to get Sutton back in a week. I don't know how that's going to work because I don't think he can play on the outside. I think he's going to be the slot. What do you do with Beanie?
He's not great, but he can. I just think he gives you more depth. You know,
I mean.
I think it gives you more depth, and I like our defensive line too. Those guys were, we're nervous about the Jets. And I'll tell you what, our linebackers are flying. They look fast.
The only thing that I can complain about that defense is their secondary seems like it's the worst tackling secondary I've ever seen in my life. They don't tackle. They just try to punch the ball out. Like if there's a lot of those plays, if they're just tackling, they're not getting them splash plays. The Jets got. Just tackle the dudes in front. I mean,
Tim, what did they have? 15 points.
I understand, TJ, but like
you held Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams to 15 points.
You got to a point where they were throwing every play in the second half. So they were getting after those guys.
They have to.
You still got to. The Breece Hall. I saw 5 tackles being not even close.
Oh, I'm not saying
you got to tackle.
I'm not saying they didn't miss anything, but I felt like they handled the game fine. I think that was a statement. They put themselves, I think, clearly in the top 5 of the AFC. I just think they did. They took care of business the way that they were supposed to. That's 2 weeks in a row, which is good.
I think, I agree. I think they're in the top 5, but I again, TJ, you sit there, you're like, oh, and then you see Baltimore do it. Baltimore's good, dude. They dismantled. They're a spectacular team.
So again, here's the challenge. We don't know the end of the season isn't written for them yet. They could have something happening like San Francisco's happened to them. And again, I still think, who are the Bucs? I think right now the AFC is. I think you take Detroit out of that mix, maybe on a good day Minnesota, but I think the AFC is just a superior conference right now. You look at the Kansas Cities, you look at the Buffaloes, you look at the Ravens.
Baltimore's beating some decent teams, and they stumped. They could have put a 60 burger up on Tampa Bay if they wanted to.
I get it. So we'll see where they go. And again, with all the stuff, it's going to be where they peak, how they do, how everything continues. I think one of their biggest challenges is this: their defense is not as great as it's been in the past. So
it's still pretty good, dude.
We'll see, and we got to see what Lamar does. Lamar does when all the chips are on the table. Lamar right now, he doesn't do great, but so it was a good game for us.
And I get Lamar, but TJ, you got 22 back there.
I get it.
And he looks like a monster, dude.
I get it, but here's the challenge. We played Lamar well, and we played Derrick Henry well.
Yeah, but they were okay. But that's when you were picking. There's only one you had a game plan for. Now you have the game for plan for both of them.
That's okay. I mean, that's okay. Well, when has Baltimore not had good running backs?
Not like this, TJ.
Oh, I
Not like
get
this,
it.
dude.
I get it.
Not
So
like
we'll
this.
just have to see.
Like you don't like. I when I was watching that game, it's like you just don't realize. Like I'm going. If he gets untouched and he's so fast and he's so
He is.
big.
You got
It's
to get him before he
unbelievable.
gets rolling. Yeah, I don't think they've
Unbelievable.
played a defense like the Steeler defense yet. I just don't think they have. The
They played
Steelers, to
Kansas.
me,
They played Kansas City. Got a pretty good defense, and they took them down to the wire.
I
They
get
should have
that.
won. Actually, they should have won.
But they also lost to the Raiders, Tim.
I understand.
The Raiders.
TJ, who did we lose to?
I get it.
Yeah, yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
I mean, who's better, the Raiders or the Colts?
They both stink.
Yeah, but who's better? The Colts are better. Just,
They
I mean,
both
they're
stink.
just better.
They
So
both
I don't
stink.
know. So it's a good victory. You're a typical Yinzer. We win, and it's still not enough. I can't believe it. You've turned into our father.
I'm not. I'm just saying it was a great win. It was nice being able to chill. It was fun. But I just, TJ, I know
Tim,
what's,
we could win the Super Bowl, and you'll be like, "Yeah, but next year."
no, TJ, I know what's coming after the bye.
That's
I
okay.
know what's coming after the bye. They
So
need to be 6-2 before. I think I said this at the beginning of the year. They need to be around 6-2 before that
So
bye
do,
hits.
do you think there's a good chance you're going to be 6-2, Tim?
I hope so because TJ, I
dear
got
Lord.
though. There's been too many blowouts for them not to have a close game this week with the Giants. That's all I'm saying.
When is the last time the Steelers have had two blowout wins 2 weeks in a row?
I don't remember.
So I think that breeds a little bit of confidence in us. So again, we beat the Jets. Tim thought they were going to lose. I called the win.
Yeah, you did.
That's all you need to know. So now we move on to the Giants. We know this about the Giants. The Giants are not very good.
They
Now,
stink.
Before we
They
look at the
stink.
Giants,
They
let's
suck.
take a look into the Yinzer mailbag. What is the Yinzer mailbag? It's when you, the Yinzer fans, get to ask us, the Yinzer brothers, anything you want to. We have an international podcast. We have one subscriber from Canada. I'd like to expand that maybe to Mexico.
We got a
Maybe-
couple.
maybe Europe?
I saw a couple of new subscribers from the last episode. I don't know what's going on. There's,
Yinzer Bros, we're picking up steam. So if
We're
you'd
picking up
like to
steam.
email us, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com. And again, if you are fortunate enough, you get on this international podcast. Tim, what's in the Yinzer mailbag?
First question I got. Hey, screw the Steelers. How about those Panthers?
I'll tell you
7-0 on
Panthers
a collision
are tough.
course with the U for the ACC championship and maybe a playoff berth, maybe
I'll
a
tell you
first round
what.
bye in the playoff.
They said right now we get the same odds as Alabama getting into the playoffs.
See, TJ, that's the type of game I want. When I sat down and I am less than 3 minutes into the game and they're up 17-0, that's the kind of game I want to see. I want to just sit back, kick, relax, and just kick my shoes up. Like I turned it off and I was like, I'm just going to go scout Cooper Kupp, which got me even more sadder the rest of the night. So
We're not getting Cooper.
I know, but I mean,
The last time they were 7-0, Tim?
Danny Marino was there.
Danny Marino,
82?
1982.
I mean,
It looks good.
they
and
look good, but they got
And their quarterback wasn't great this game, but you know what?
No.
It's still, they got a good defense.
I mean, somebody said that to me. It was like I was like, a dude can't put up 300 yards and rush for 100 yards every game. It just can't happen.
No. But that's what good teams find a way to win. So Pitt is on a roll. We celebrate the Panthers.
I agree. They look good.
How's Notre Dame doing this year?
TJ? When they lost to NIU, like that was the one time I wish I was at the game with the mush. I would have rushed the field and just for NIU and just ran on the field. Maybe ripped down Notre Dame's goalpost. They'd be like, "Who's this crazy guy dressed in Pitt rushing the field with the NIU dudes?"
But they're ranked, aren't they ranked?
They're Notre Dame. They have one loss. I think they're 11th.
But their loss was to like a junior college.
The mush was trying to say, hey, because when Alabama lost to, I forgot who they lost to. It was like another Vandy.
Yeah.
It was another. He's like, that's a worse loss than us losing to. I'm like, are you cray?
No, that's crazy.
I was like, NAU's playing the Duquesnes of the world. Are you out of your mind?
That's crazy. They should be. They shouldn't even be in the top 25. You lose to a team like that.
It's that Notre Dame name. I would love to see. I think they're playing Army or Navy this week. I would love to see them lose to Army or Navy.
That'd be awesome.
I would salute you.
So what else you got in there?
Goes okay. Looks like Mr. Smith is a genius. He's throwing up the 40-yard underthrow plays, the Joe Flacco offense. How long do you think that's going to last?
Boy, boy, I'll tell you.
TJ, you can't tell me that offense didn't remind you of the old Joe Flacco throw it up. You either get a completion or pass interference call. That's what I kept thinking.
True.
I was like, it's a Joe Flacco offense.
It is. It is. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long the fairy dust lasts.
He wants to know how sad was it to watch Rodgers fail last week.
I think he's crazy, and I think he's the most selfish human on the planet. When you're calling out young wide receivers, yeah, he just ran the wrong route. What a leader doesn't do that. A leader's like, no, we'll be better next time. But he doesn't care. He just doesn't care.
He's got a little bit of Benjamin, a little bit of Benjamin Roethlisberger. I saw Ben would do that at time to time here and there.
Oh, he would. I agree. I still don't like it. I don't like it. I like what even like what with like what Russ did with like Pickens. You know what? He just you build on the positive. He's a young guy.
He's just so there's something about Russ that I'm just like.
Just what leaders do.
Like I'm going to see him like leak up in the Epstein cases and be like, "I told you so. I told you." There's something about
I like it.
There's no human that can just be like that all the time.
I love it, and then I love. So you got. You know,
I bet you if you went over to Russ's place, there's probably holes all over the walls from him punching because that's the only time he'd get frustration out. He's like, I was going to punch a wall.
He could just be a good guy.
Nobody's that good, TJ. He's just all I see is some pictures at Children's Hospital kissing babies. He talks, and you're just like, something ain't real about that dude.
He could just be a good guy. I enjoyed seeing Aaron Rodgers tank, and then I loved with Devontae Adams already poisoning the water at the Jets facility. That's great. They are leaderless. They have no coach. They're in the middle of nowhere. They put all of their chips in the table with. I'll tell you, he goes down. What are they going to do? That franchise is a dumpster fire. You brought in the
Jets
was whirling dervish that only God knows what he's going to do. And then you got Devontae Adams. You know, he's a rental. What's he going to do next year?
I don't know. That being said, who would you have preferred? Aaron Rodgers over Fields, Russ, Kenny, or Mitch?
What?
Would you have taken Aaron Rodgers over Fields, Russ, Kenny, or Mitch?
I would have taken, obviously over Kenny and Mitch. I don't know if I'd take him over Fields because he's at the end of his career, and I don't know how much longer he's got. How old is he? Like 39?
I don't.
He's
care.
41, Tim.
No, he ain't 41. He's not. He looks great for 41.
I think he's 41.
There's
I'm
no
going to look that up right now.
I'm 44. I'm 44, and I look. Can you imagine? He looks 41.
And you still got 4 plays in the NFL, Tim.
He looks.
Let me look it up real quick.
If I'm 44 and he's 41, I look brutal for my age. Like brutal.
Well, you know what? He's born in 83. When were you born? He's 41. No, I'm sorry. He's just too. No.
He looks great for his.
How old's Russell Wilson?
I look like one of them guys that you should put in a barrel that's going over the fall.
That's true. How old's Russell Wilson? 36, 37?
I don't know. I think.
Yeah, there's no. He's just too old.
Let's see how old Russell Wilson is.
And not only is he too old, he's just. I don't like him as a human.
TJ, he's so good. He can spin. Russell's 35.
So he's 6 years younger.
I understand that, TJ, but I'm still taking Aaron Rodgers can spin.
I might take see, but here's the thing. It's one thing to have the arm. I just think I had to live with him when I was in Wisconsin. He was poisoning the rest of Green Bay those last couple of years too.
But again, the power to that is Coach T. You can't tell me you wouldn't feel more comfortable with this team going and playing Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen with Aaron Rodgers instead of Russ. But you don't know what you're going to be.
But here's the reality. So with us, he struggled. He threw some picks. It wasn't that long. A couple weeks earlier, he was struggling. What they had that one game was like 10-9.
TJ, I'll give the one pick. The one pick was on him. The Beanie Bishop made a great play. The
other
other
bounced
pick,
off the guy. Bounced off
his chest. Like I think like it was one of those ones where like because I don't have to. I can't really extend my shoulders like that. Mm-hmm. He just kept his hand. He just gotta go like I could have done that, but cool.
But Tim, even with those two things, how many points did he put up? 15 points. Great quarterbacks. Mahomes throws 2 picks. He's probably still putting up more than 15 points.
Because they cheat. The NFL cheats for the Chiefs. Let's be
well, they
real.
do. But they cheat. All he can do, he's not the same Aaron Rodgers he was before. He's just not.
I would take him over. You say the same thing about Mr. Unlimited. Mr. Unlimited.
All I know right now, he went toe to toe with Aaron Rodgers, and he came back with a win and a big win. What did he throw for, like 260 yards, 2 TDs?
You know, I should have made my screensaver. I should have made it our text conversations of me and you both saying he needs to get pulled now.
I'm just telling you right now, he got it done.
All right. He wants to know. Okay. Boz. Speaking of Boz, he's averaging almost 3 field goals a game. Success rate at 95%. On pace for 150 field goal points this year. How many kicks are left in that leg of Boz?
He's fine.
Boz is fine. That is, I guarantee he's going to miss like 4 field goals this week because of mush.
I mean, is he not the best kicker in the NFL right now?
I like the dude from Dallas, but I do like Boz a lot. The dude from Dallas he could kick from like 80 yards, man.
Of course he can. And half of his games.
Oh, here we go.
Indoors.
It's indoors. I get it.
I mean, hello. Do you see Cleveland wants to put a dome up outside of Cleveland? They want to move. You know what you could do? The Pittsburgh should just fly their garbage over there, just dump it over. just dump it. Cleveland with a dome. Get out of here. The team doesn't. They shouldn't even be playing in the stadium they're in now. I know. They stink.
The team should be. They should. TJ, nothing makes me more happier. Like. All the crap the Cleveland fans were just chattering online all before the season. You don't hear nothing.
No.
Zero. Zenada.
No.
What a bunch of dirtbag fans they are.
I know. And you know how bad it was? Did you see when he popped his Achilles?
They were cheering. I get it. He's a dirtbag. Ben was a dirtbag, but we would have cheered. We wouldn't have cheered for that.
There's different versions of dirtbags. Ben
He's a big time dirtbag, dude.
Yeah, Ben's. And did you hear what Myles Garrett said? He's what do you call him? A model citizen.
A model citizen. I'm like, dude, you the same dude that's taking out Doofus face with his own helmet. I mean, I get it.
You mean the defensive player of the year?
Cleveland. I can't. I couldn't be. The only thing I feel like a little bit bad for is Nick Chubb, because that dude shouldn't be. He shouldn't be with that poverty franchise.
No,
he shouldn't.
No,
he should be. He should be with somebody. Go anywhere else. Get him away from that poison poverty franchise.
Yeah, they're bad.
I mean, you want to build a dome. You want to give that team another stadium.
Well, it's like a dumpster. It keeps the stink in. You want to put a top on it to keep the stink in.
That's like telling me, Tim, I'm going to deliver you a pizza right now, but I don't want you to. Come on, no. I'm a piece of garbage and fatso. You don't do that.
No.
What else you got? What else you got? Get out of here. They should be playing in a landfill. That's where they should be playing at.
That's true. They stink.
Giants on prime time. Russ letdown game? Question mark.
No, I'm interested to see. I want to see what Daniel Jones does, but he just doesn't look good. The Giants don't look good. Now they got that nose tackle. We'll talk about him in a little bit, but
that's all. I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about how I think it's going to be on a primetime Monday. If Tim's going to be like doing one of these, sleeping like a little baby like I did on Sunday night. I slept one of the best sleeps of my life compared to that Dallas game where I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, I got to take another melatonin. I can't go to sleep.
Tim, you know, sleepy pill.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else in there? Or is that it?
He said something about Sid and concussions, but we're not even going to go into it.
No, we don't even care about the Penguins right now. They stink. So again, if you have anything you'd like to send to the Yinzer mailbag, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com and we'll get you on this international podcast. Let's take a look at the Giants. Tim, do the Giants make you nervous at all?
They're built a dome stadium in Cleveland. Get out of here.
That's what they want to do. They're taking it out of the city limits too. They're putting it somewhere. It's in the suburbs.
What are they getting? Where's everybody? A landfill. That would be good. Not even their landfill. Throw them in a Pittsburgh landfill.
That's about what it'd be. You're right. Do the Giants scare you at all, Tim?
Their offense is brutal. It sucks. Neighbors.
He's the only thing they got. Neighbors.
I have him on my fantasy team. I look like a genius for drafting him early. Not early, but drafting him. But no, their offense stinks. Their defense does get me nervous, dude. Yeah. I think they're leading the league in sacks.
They are. I think you're right.
And you know,
and you know who's leading the league in sacks right now?
Their nose tackle.
Which is bananas.
And that gets me a little nervous that we got the Rook played good last game, or that new dude played good last game. I don't know about this game.
This is setting everything up for the toss. The toss this week's going to be sweet.
TJ, you got that.
The toss.
When they run Najee when they run Najee on that toss, I just want to I want to rip the TV off the screen and be like, stop throwing Najee the toss. Like he should run. He should only be allowed to run between left guard and right guard.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right. That's right.
The toss for Najee, it's like, dude, what do we do? You're automatically getting him going sideways, and he starts
Did you
doing one of
see
these.
it? Did you see him shake that guy? How on earth? That's like me and you shaking a guy. It was like a scene from Nacho Libre.
That dude made
like,
a
what is
business.
going on? And it
that
worked.
dude made a business decision. That's what he was doing.
Decision. He did. I'm not too concerned with their offense. I think you take Neighbors out of the game, which I think they can. I think we have our D-backs can. Nothing else really scares me.
I think what I heard today, their 2 tackles are having practice all week. I mean, TJ Watt, he's had some impact games. I don't think he's had like a crazy breakout game. That tidal wave could be happening on Monday night.
It could, no, and we play well on Monday night. I'm not nervous. So let's flop over their defense. How do you think their defense matches up with their offense?
Their defense gets me nervous because I think their front is pretty good. And dude, Broderick Jones he's bad. He's not good, dude. He gets me. I don't know if because he's playing out of position. I don't know, but he looks like he's playing Madden on 29 and the guy over bums on 99 and just blown past him.
Yeah, he's not. I'll tell you what. I mean, Dan Moore Jr. looks decent this year.
He looks half decent.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm with you. I still think they're going to be able to. Again, you can either run the ball to open up the pass, or you can pass the ball to open up the run, which is what they did against the Jets.
But here's my thing: they are ranked 32nd in the league against the rush. The Giants are, and I heard this before. I think against the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. And what did we rush for? Nothing. We rushed for nothing. So to me, it's like, this has a recipe to just, hey, run the ball down their throats. But whenever we say that, it's like they can't do it. Well, next thing you know, we're in a 3-point game with 3 minutes to go in the game, and I'm half naked standing up watching the game right in front of the TV, an inch away from the TV.
So do you think, I'll tell you what, and this impressed me again with, 2 things impressed me with the Jets, and again, that team that they're building. One, this year, special teams has been ridiculous.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'll tell you what, he figured out something. Can you ever remember a year where we're blocking kicks like this, doing the stuff that we're doing? That's incredible. And then 2, Arthur Smith, it's nice to have like at least a competent offensive coordinator.
Danny Smith is right. He is like the 1A behind that. It's we number 1 out here, all right? He's like that second Yinzer in line of all the Yinzers and the Yinzers.
He's good. He's really good.
Art Smith, I mean, but TJ, where you're coming from? You were coming from a dude that was probably upstairs playing with what's the old things that they played with for numbers to do the numbers? They're like, you know what I'm talking about? They would
Pong. What are you talking about?
Pong. Like the things like in like the 40s they would use to they'd have like metal coming out of it, and they would put like 4 over here and 5 over here, do like math problems.
An abacus, Tim?
And maybe that's what it's called. I don't know, but it's one of those. That's what he was up there doing. He's like, hey, yeah, you were dealing with some dude that was like,
yeah, he's pretty bad.
He would struggle playing Madden on rookie. He would.
Yeah, I agree. I like how Arthur Smith is setting things up, and he looks at not just setting things up in the game, but setting things up in the season. I saw even with Russ. You saw guys, it reminded me a little bit of, in great offenses, guys are open. You scheme them open. Now, and I do like the chances that he took with Pickens too. I mean, he's shown
if you're telling me he's scheming stuff up for future, like what, there better be a really impressive play coming off that goddamn toss sweep to Najee.
Well, even like the play, and it was good, like the Calvin Austin, the one he hit him right in the numbers and he dropped. He was wide open. I mean, you're doing. I love that little. Again, he's building some off. Somebody's going to try to take away that thing to Washington at some point, and then at some point, either he turns it up or it opens up something else. Those things that are like that's just like easy money. He gets that all the time now, and hopefully, we'll see a little bit more, happening with Freiermuth. And again, you get one other wide receiver in here, just TJ, one other.
That was my question. Like TJ, I spent all last week refreshing to Twitter, thinking we're getting Cooper Kupp. I was like, it's going to happen now, any day. TJ, I'm sick of it. There's nobody left. Who are we going to get?
Well, my thing is this. I think what LA wants for Cooper Kupp's too much.
I don't disagree with you, but TJ, there's no one left. Who you going to get that dude from the Giants, Mike Williams? I don't want him.
No, I mean, you talking about the guy from the Jets
The
or
Jets, yes.
yeah. I again, he's an upgrade. I'd like to see them either get that kid from, like I said, either the Jaguars.
He's the
Now
same
there's
size
talk.
as Austin.
Well, yeah, but and there's also talk about the guy that or that kid. What's it, Jacoby from the Raiders? That might be on the block, which is interesting. I wouldn't mind having him. He's young. I mean, he's decent.
They're saying
Um,
I've heard Slayton from the Giants, which I'm
I've
like,
heard
I
that
don't know
too.
who that
Yeah.
is. The
If
one
if we pummel the Giants, why would they not have a fire sale?
the one dude that I would like to see that's intriguing in this whole entire thing is, and I know he's been hurt, but I think he's coming off pretty soon, is Adam Thielen.
Yeah,
I think you get him cheap from the Panthers. He had 1,000 yards receiving last year on that team. That team sucked
terrible.
last year.
I would like to see Thielen. I think he'd be good.
Just think about it. You go from Devontae Adams to Cooper Kupp to, hey, maybe Adam Thielen. It's like the saddest thing it's like the saddest story in the world.
I did hear some people talking about DK Metcalf, but isn't he hurt now too?
He's hurt. Yes, he's hurt. He ain't coming here.
Yeah.
They're in the middle of I think the Seahawks will win it. They're leading that division.
Well, it's going to be tight. We'll see. I mean, they play LA next week, don't they?
Yes, my dream would see San Francisco losing again this week,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe saying, "Hey, Debo, we need to get rid of you. Why don't you go over to Pittsburgh?"
I mean, it could be a
That
possibility.
would be the
but
dude that would mix it, but I just don't see. I don't know.
they have nobody, so I don't know. No, I think that could be an interesting thing. So, what's your score prediction for this week, Tim?
I'm not saying it's a Tomlin game because I don't think it's a Tomlin game.
Doesn't feel like one.
Doesn't feel like one, but I think it's going to be a tight game. I think we're going to be looking like at because every time like people start like saying horrible things about Daniel Jones, he seems to play well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going to be in a dogfight that I just don't want to be in, but we're going to be in one because it's been 2 weeks and we haven't been in a dogfight, and my body is not. It's got to get back to being in a dogfight. So I'm going to say it's probably going to be a 21-17 victory.
Okay, that's good. You get the victory. I think the offense is going to continue to roll, and I'm going to make a bold prediction. It's going to be 3 weeks in a row, 30 points or above. I see us. We're going to win 31-10. I think
If they score another 30 points, I would tell them that don't even take the bye. Just go play Pitt in the bye week until you play.
That's right. All right. Well, hopefully, again, if you enjoy our podcast, share it with everybody you know. I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim, and again, we're the Yinzer Bros. Stay classy, Pittsburgh.
Still number one out here, right?
See you next week, guys.